Hey, what's going on? SoyMiguelAlejandro23. I got your response video and I loved it. Honestly, you are my first ever response video. So I felt obliged to do a response video for you. Thank you very much. That does answer my questions about it. I guess I can understand that certain things just stick over time, as with the word Indian. And as I'm thinking about it, and I'm still gonna type that response to you on your video, but as I'm thinking about it, part of me wants to be like, I wonder if it's similar, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm definitely not trying to be, all of these preemptive statements aren't necessary, are they? Okay. But I wonder if it's kind of similar to a degree to the fact that black people have just, those people, I'm kidding, but have in some circles adopted the N word. Now, I guess Indian wasn't a term that was developed for the sake of offending a people. Just like you said, we're not savages, and that is a term. So I think that might be, as I'm talking this through, I'm thinking that might be more of the comparison, savages to niggers. And that would be, I guess, like Native Americans or Indians calling themselves, "What's up, savage?" I guess it would be kind of more like that, because that is a term intended to offend, while Indian is just a term that a confused man came up with, our good friend Christopher Columbus. So I guess I can see that sticking over time, and that happens. One thing that I was wondering about, though, is the use of the name Redskins. And the reason I asked that is I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and okay, so I live in the DC metro area, and the DC football team is the Washington Redskins. And I did a Spreaker talk about this, and I was going to convert that Spreaker podcast to a video, but I just never got around to it. And then when I saw that you gave me a response video, SoyMiguelAlejandro23, I was just so honored, and I was like, I have to do a response video for him, and I have to do it right this instant. Either instant or instance, I'm not sure, but I have to do it right away. PDQ. And what I saw on YouTube was a video talking about Redskins, and what they did was it was a number of Native Americans or Indians, and they were talking about the term Redskins, and a lot of them, well, all of the people, for the sake of the commercial, were like, well, honestly, the fact that a football team, something representing strength, would take the name Redskins and use it to represent their strength is an honor and a privilege. And we're grateful to have a football team called the Redskins. And other people were like, and yeah, and we even call ourselves Skins and stuff like that. Like, what's up, Skin? Well, they didn't say the "what's up, skin" part. I think I'm still thinking of the N word part that I'll get back to. But they're like, yeah, we even call ourselves Skins sometime. It's a term of endearment. And, other people were like, there are bigger things that we have to worry about as Native Americans. Bigger issues that we need to concern ourselves with, not what an NFL team chooses to call themselves. And all of those points are perhaps valid points, Especially the last point, because there are a number of things that anybody else definitely could worry about in life in general. But an offensive term is an offensive term if it's an offensive term. But while I was watching that, I was like, well, maybe it's not an offensive term. But then I thought about the fact that I was like, I bet that any random, like, let's say that there's a football team called the Niggers. Any, I'm doing it today. Any random, I'm sure that if there was a backlash to try to change the name of that team, the Niggers, to something else, that people in support of the name of the team, the Niggers, would easily be able to find at least 5 people on the street who would be like, no, I have no problem with the word nigger. I mean, it's a term of endearment. It's something that we call ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. In fact, the fact that they're calling the something as strong as a football team the niggers, that means that niggers is actually something that we can hold with pride. And it's just like, well, I don't think that works. And they could be like, the niggers is an amazing football team, and everybody, like the people who were behind the designing of the logos, there was a black guy there who did that. He's a nigger. The guy with the watermelon for the logo, that was a black guy who designed that. And I could see people like defending it and all of that stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the majority of people agree with that. But you could just find 5 random people to say, oh, that word means nothing. I mean, words are just words, and words are just words that people use, and it's a term of anyway, I'm saying the exact same thing again. But my question, sorry, as it relates to Redskins, is that on that same level? I know a lot of people have been complaining about this, but honestly, I've heard that complaint for years. Honestly, I think since I moved to the DC metro area in 2001, there's been all of this back and forth, so I don't know what they're actually going to do about it this time, but I guess the complaints are a little bit louder this time. I don't know. But what's your opinion? That's my next question. I know I'm asking you all of these questions about Native Americans because you're my resident Native American expert. Just like, but well, okay, no, it's not the same thing. But seriously, I do value your opinion. You're a super cool dude. And I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this. Again, thank you so much for the response video. I appreciate it. I really do. Like when you were like, hey, this is a response video to Aaron. Hey, Aaron. I was like I want to say a kid in a candy store, but that's just the first thing that came to mind. But I was very excited, very happy. Anyway, so what do you think? Talk to you later. Peace. Be blessed. And anyone else can get in on this too. What do y'all think? The Redskins, good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter, does it not? Do it do? I don't know. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Be blessed.